March 14th, southern Italy. The 340th Bombardment Group had survived deadly skies, Axis flak, and impossible missions, but nothing in their training prepared them for this. Mount Vesuvius, the same volcano that buried Pompeii, erupted with terrifying force, not just destroying homes, but grounding warbirds, melting metal, and rewriting history. This is the story of a U.S. bomber group caught between war and nature, a disaster where no enemy pulled the trigger, a forgotten front in a global war now uncovered. On the eastern slopes of Mount Vesuvius, near the towns of Poggio Marino and Terzigno, the U.S. Army Air Force's 340th Bombardment Group was stationed at Pompeii Airfield. These were veterans of the air war over Italy, hardened crews flying the reliable B-25 Mitchell. They were used to danger from above, but not like this. That evening, Sergeant Robert F. McCrae wrote in his diary,
"As I sit in my tent, I can hear at 4 to 10 second intervals the loud rumbling of the volcano on the third day of its present eruption. The noise is like that of bowling balls slapping into the pins on a giant bowling alley. To look above the mountain tonight, one would think that the world was on fire. The thickly clouded sky glows like that above a huge forest fire, glowing brighter as new spouts of flame and lava are spewed from the crater. As the clouds pass across the top of the mountain, the flame and lava can be seen shooting high into the sky to spill over the sides and run in red streams down the slopes. Today, it is estimated that a path of molten lava 1 mile long, half a mile wide, and 8 feet deep is rolling down the mountain. Towns on the slopes are preparing to evacuate. Our location is apparently safe. At any rate, no one here, civilian or army authorities, seems too much worried. Lava has not started to flow down this side of the mountain as yet, but is flowing on the other side toward Naples."
For now, the lava was flowing down the opposite side of the mountain, toward Naples. Army authorities and locals reassured the men that their position was safe, but Mount Vesuvius had other plans. McCrae wrote again,
At about 5:30 p.m., small streams of lava began running down our side of the mountain, the first on this side. Soon many swift, fiery streams were flowing in all directions. The rumbling continues, more prolonged now. This evening it would seem that the whole top of the mountain is burning. Fiery patches here and there resemble a log which is just burning out. Heavy explosions occur, followed by prolonged rumbling, while sparks and molten lava are thrown high into the air to fall like rain on all sides of the cone.
It became clear the 340th had to evacuate, and fast. The men were relocated to a nearby field where they spent a freezing night in a tobacco shed, cold, uncertain, and separated from their bombers. 8 days later, McCrae returned with a damage inspection team.
Almost complete devastation. Tents torn to ribbons. 88 B-25 Mitchells. $25 million worth of aircraft. A total loss.
The damage was staggering. The loss of planes temporarily crippled the 340th's operational capability. Some bombers were eventually salvaged and repaired, but the image of scorched American aircraft under Italian skies left a lasting impression. U.S. press wouldn't report the damage until late April, but the Germans knew. McCrae noted in his diary that Axis Sally, the infamous German broadcaster, taunted Allied listeners, quote, "Vesuvius has decimated the 340th Bomb Group," end quote. Actually, a sprained wrist and a few minor cuts were the only casualties, he dryly noted. The 340th Bomb Group already carried a reputation for bad luck, immortalized by Joseph Heller in Catch-22, based partly on his own service with the group later in 1944. Their wartime losses were severe, but even amidst a global conflict, you could imagine the molten rock and ancient fire that would threaten them for more than flak or fighters. In total, the 1944 eruption of Mount Vesuvius displaced nearly 12,000 civilians. 26 Italian lives were lost, including children, killed by falling ash, collapsing roofs, or boiling water tanks. But no US soldiers died in the eruption. Only steel, canvas, and asphalt, not lives, were claimed by the volcano. The 340th would regroup. They'd continue their missions, but they would never forget the week when their battlefield wasn't in the skies. It was on the side of a volcano.